Obama to address nation on Syria next week, amid struggle to gain support. Vertical bracket Fox News menu. FoxNews.com. Politics. Search. Sign in to comment. Politics home. Executive. Senate. House of Representatives. Defense. Judiciary. Scandals. Senate. Obama to address nation on Syria next week, amid struggle to gain support. Published September 6, 2013. FoxNews.com. Facebook 0, Twitter 0, LinkedIn 0. Advertisement. Possibly seeing the specter of defeat starting to hang over his decision to seek congressional backing for a Syria strike, President Obama announced on Friday that he plans to make his case to the American people next week from the White House. Obama, speaking toward the close of the G20 summit in Russia, reiterated that the Assad regime's alleged use of chemical weapons last month is a threat to global peace and security and must be met with a military response. He said he plans to address the American people from the White House on Tuesday. I will make the best case that I can to the American people as well as to the international community to take necessary and appropriate action, Obama said. The decision comes as his team struggles to win rank-and-file support in the House, with even top ally Nancy Pelosi saying she trademark is not sure she can round up a majority of her caucus. The president was not doing much better 5,000 miles away, seemingly running into a wall, and Vladimir Putin, during his brief visit to St. Petersburg, Russia, for the G20 summit, as he tries to sway allies to back his plan. Still, at the close of the summit, 11 nations including the U.S. released a statement condemning the use of chemical weapons and calling for a strong international response. Obama said he spoke with Putin, and had a candid and constructive conversation, in the margins of the summit. But having already abandoned seeking support through the UN Security Council, Obama is focusing more on U.S. lawmakers and voters. I knew this was going to be a heavy lift, Obama conceded, adding that given the last decade of war, any hint of further military entanglements in the Middle East is viewed with suspicion. I was elected to end wars, not start them, he said. But he stressed that any U.S. involvement in Syria would be limited. The president said that, if the Rwandan genocide were happening now, it probably wouldn't pull real well either. For now, U.S. lawmakers say their constituents are overwhelmingly against military action in Syria. A fact they weigh heavily, as they consider how to vote. Representative Peter King, R-N.Y., one of the biggest advocates for military action in the Hill, acknowledged in an interview with Fox News that he trademark is not at all certain there are 218 votes in the House for the resolution to pass. Informal tallies show only a few dozen members of the House have come out for military action. It is up to the president to be much more forceful and not seem like he is trying to pass the buck on to someone else, King said. House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi also said in an interview with Time that she trademark is not sure she can get a majority of her caucus on board. Opposition to, and support for, a military strike cuts across party lines. Reluctant House members may be waiting to see what the Senate does before making up their minds. The full Senate begins considering the use of force resolution on Friday, with possible votes next week. But even this week a trademark successful committee vote, which sent the resolution to the full Senate, exposed deep divisions. The measure passed on a narrow 10-7 split. Obama and his team are lobbying hard to win congressional support. According to the Washington Post, Obama and his team have spoken with at least 60 senators and 125 House members. Vice President Biden and others were meeting with officials in Washington, while Obama is overseas at the G20 summit in Russia. But that visit has been marked by flaring tensions between Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin, a close ally of the Assad regime. Obama has made little progress convincing Russia and China, both permanent and veto-wielding members of the UN,